Let's tell you a little bit more about the project, Wilko 92. They're going to tell us a lot more about what we're doing in the future. It's a 2-year project, as you're probably aware of. But the lads are going to tell you all about it. So can we invite to the stage Dave Tomlinson and Robert Endeacott.
I'm just going to shout. So I'm not going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about this guy over here. So 2 years ago, he graciously allowed me to interview for the book. I'd wanted to do that for years and years and years. And it's like I didn't realise till I interviewed him how incredibly humble he is. And I could talk about me in the project, but I think it's really important to say this. For me, the really important thing is Howard's able to talk to the public again as a result of this. That's enough for me, but we do want to do a lasting tribute. It's not just the statue, it's a legacy. It's this club, this team, and what was achieved. It's the end of an era and the change of an era. And that's what's really important. So for what it's worth, I'm an accountant, I'm in the NHS. So I'll tell you also the story I've said several times. So immediately when we talked to Howard, his initial reaction was, who the fuck's going to be interested? And I've never heard him swear before. I was just doing my job. And I said, yeah, you were just doing your job. The players just do their job. Look what they did for my club, and it is my club, and all that. I'm in the NHS. I told them about the nurses, clap for carers. They were just doing the job. Now there was stuff on one of the YouTube comments last night. They weren't brave. They were just doing their job, they were working. Bollocks. Stuff like this, and Howard, what he's done for this city, the players in here, and what he leaves us, is all this is about for me. I don't want to say any more than that, but I do get a bit emotional. So, see you later.
Welcome Dave, welcome Neil as well. And we should actually at this point just mention we are in partnership with the Square Ball as well. So a round of applause to the boys from the Square Ball. Let's bring Robert in. Robert, writer of many books, drawer and painter of many murals around this fine city of ours. We've got a few questions for you, and I think everyone here tonight would like to know how it's going to be funded, the statue, how they can get involved in helping us out, get this statue erected, and where it's going to be, etc. Robert, can you help us out with one or two of those questions?
Not really, no.
Good night, God bless. Thank you.
Can everybody hear me yet? Is that all right? Great. Yeah, the sighting of the deceased statue, we're not 100% sure of yet, but we have got some great options. And I think when we first announced this, thank you Neil for creating this campaign, I think Leeds fans are pretty used to criticising the club for not getting involved and saying, why haven't the club already done this? But I don't think it's as simple as that, to be fair, and I think one of our greatest hopes is that we will be getting the club involved anyway, and we'll be partnering with them and certain aspects of the club as well. For instance, we're hoping to forge a good relationship with Leeds United Foundation, which will be something that we hope Howard will be very proud of, because it's all about legacy, and the foundation does some fantastic work with Leeds United fans and the community and people's mental health needs, etc. etc. So that's one of our hopes. How we're going to fund it, well, that's down to you beautiful people and ourselves, obviously. We're just going to be doing fundraisers. I think there's a great gala dinner going to be organised. I'm looking at Neil, he's just looking back at me saying, shut up. But anyway, I think there's all sorts of events going on. Now, I was very fortunate to be invited to help out with the Revie statue campaign, which must be over 15 years now. So I've got good experience in that, but the great thing about that is that nobody enjoyed it more than I did, because I was absolutely delighted to be able to work alongside legends, players that were my heroes as a child that I grew up as. They were my heroes. Peter Lorimer, Eddie Gray, etc. etc. So we had some fantastic dudes. I met up with Jed that time as well from there on. And so it's really advanced. I've got some great, fantastic experience and some great memories from it. So I'm hoping personally I can bring similar experiences to other people. But the most important thing is that it's all about the fans, and this is how the Don Revie statue was funded, through the fans. Now it's going to be a little bit easier in certain respects because we've got social media, which is a monster nowadays. It wasn't so much that prevalent, I don't think, in those days. So I think we've got everything going for ourselves. We've got fantastic supporters, and you people here, it's fantastic that you are here, and thank you very much for that. We're in a fantastic venue, the Peacock, we're doing a great thing. And I remember when we won the title, thank you Gary and Tony, when we won it, and Howard obviously, he had something to do with it. I had Kenny here actually to celebrate, and it was quite quiet actually. Anyway, that's another story. But I think it's just, I'm rambling now, aren't I? I'm not even a Scouser.
Well done, Robert. Yeah, give us a round of applause for you guys. Oh, hang on, Tony Rego's back on.
Just very briefly, I know you talked about the support of the club. They are fully supportive, and Adam Lamping is there in the corner, who is from the club at Communication. Hi, Adam. So there'll be a lot of ongoing conversations with the club, which I think is really important that we're all in this together. And Robert, we certainly are. Okay.
No, I took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say exactly that. I was actually just going to say exactly that, Tony, to be fair, and thank you for underlining, because when, as Robert alluded to, I was a small cog in the wheel. They got the Don statue put up. It was one of the greatest days of my life, doing that unveiling outside, and we're all singing together. It was wonderful, wasn't it? Great day. But one thing that didn't happen at that point, different regime at Leeds United, who I'm proud to work as a matchday host, and I've done for 13 seasons. A different regime in those days, they didn't really want to get involved with us. It's wonderful that Leeds now want to back us, they want to help us, they want to be part of this, and that's really important here. We want to get local businesses involved, we want to get companies involved with us as well, just to make the fundraising a little bit easier, because the money we're talking about, guys, it's no small amount of money. It's going to be around 120 to 140,000 pounds to get this done. And again, Robert will bear me up here, when we did the Don statue, we were given nothing. Every penny we raised was from us, from Leeds fans. We did little shows all around the city and around the areas. Gary Edwards was with us as well, and people like that. And every penny raised for the Don statue was from Leeds fans. No companies involved, no money from Leeds United themselves, apart from an initial stake, I think, from Leslie Silver, who was kind enough to help us out a little bit. But that was about it. Every penny raised was by you guys, by Leeds fans, and that's what we want to do again. The website's up and running, Dave, isn't it, already? And there's loads of different ways us Leeds fans can get involved. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about how we can get involved? On the website, there's match day experiences, etc., isn't there?
Try and remember. So, I spent all weekend on this, so I should remember mine. So, you can sponsor a match. With that, you get a special deal as well. So you get a copy of the matchday programme signed by Howard. You get the book signed by Howard, 10 players in the squad. You get a limited edition print as well. There's a variety, it's the top of the range package we've got in there. That's priced at 3 levels for the attractiveness of fixtures. You've then also got a subscribers edition. So again, it's the book, it's having your names at the back. So it's one of these commemorative ones like they did with the Leeds United centenary book. There's the book itself, just the basic. He and I are writing it, Andrew Varley's photographs, a real piece, and it's not just normal stuff. I'm due to see Howard in a couple of weeks' time to go through some real stuff you won't have seen before. This is intended to be unique. We want to be proud of this. We want to give you value for money. There's also paperback, etc. There's also, if you join in, go in the account, we'll get an email out, we'll get the stuff out to you to keep you involved. But Rob and I are just talking in a minute. What do we really do to involve fans? We want to take people's views into account, package them with ours, and then to move it forward. So any suggestions, we want to take that. It's about a movement, it really is. So we can do more events like this. Just communicate with us, tell us what you need, tell us what you want. I think that's probably most of it. But it's very much, you contact us, we'd be delighted to involve anyone that wants to get involved in this. But buy the book, get involved, have your voice heard.
Well said there, well said, my friend. And just to put a bit more meat on the bones here, Jim Cavan, who was, as I say, the mover and shaker on getting the Don statue put up, he's got one of the UK's top, if not one of the world's top sculptors, Howard, to immortalise you, should I say, Peter Hodgkinson. And for those who have been away to the Leeds United games at Preston North End, you'll have seen the splash, which is the Sir Tom Finney statue outside North End. Peter did that, and he will be doing Howard's as well. And if you've been to North End and seen that, it's a great statue. It's a crap ground, but it's a great statue. But it's brilliant. And so that's the chap who's going to immortalise you. And I'm to say, Howard, if it's good enough for Sir Tom Finney, probably good enough for you as well, my friend, I hope, anyway. So it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be fantastic. You've heard about the book. We've heard about getting people involved and what have you as well, which is so important. Anything else you guys want to add? Robert, would you want to add anything to this?
Can I buy some raffle tickets, please? Because no one's offered me any yet.
Your raffle tickets are on sale. We've got some goodies down, and we really have got some goodies as well. I had the pleasure yesterday working with wonderful Gary McAllister in a show in Liverpool, and we do have the world's greatest football artist with us today. We're going to bring on very shortly in Paul Trevelyan, and Paul has made a wonderful original drawing there of Gary, which Gary kindly signed for us yesterday, and we're going to auction that off a little later on, because guys, there's one of those in the world, and that's it. One of those in the world. That is the original drawing. So any of the bits you see off it are just prints from that original drawing. It is absolutely sensational. And to get your hands on a piece of Paul Trevelyan artwork, guys, is something very special. And we'll talk about that very shortly. Guys, anything you fellas want to add? Because you've done such an amazing job so far. Anything you'd like to add before we...
I would just like to thank everybody turning up, especially Tony, Gary, obviously Sam and Howard, and Noel as well. And even though I know you won't believe it, but I'm 60 years old now. And when I mentioned the 70s, it's not working again, is it? Anyway, this bloody microphone. Anyway, yeah, the heroes in 1970s were obviously as a child, but it has to be said, even when I was in my 20s, I think it was, when these guys got us the championship, first division title, that was fantastic. And they were heroes then, they were fantastic players, and I think they were comparable to the Revie lads as well. But I tell you what, we had 8 years in the bloody wilderness until Howard got here, and he got us promoted. And that was more special to me. And I know people complain that the 16 years before Marcelo Bielsa got us up, that was a long chalk. I tell you what, even though it was half the years, it was bloody horrible. So thank you that you got us promoted, because that was that meant something. I always will do. And I think a statue of Howard is long overdue. It'd be brilliant if we can all achieve it together. Thank you.
So say all of us. Fantastic news. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's just for me to say that obviously these guys are working absolutely free of charge. They're donating their services to everything, so everything's going to be transparent. Am I right saying? Yeah. Oh, well, apparently it says on my notes here, a new Rosen. But guys, everything's, a company's been formed, I'm right in saying that, guys? A company's been formed, so it's all above board. Everyone can see the books, everyone can see the transparency right from the start to finish. They'll go where every single penny goes that is raised, and that's so important. You need to know that. You need to know your money's safe, and you know you've got to go and erect this amazing statue for an amazing visionary of Leeds United, the fantastic Howard Wilkinson. Guys, you've been fantastic. You've sold the job fantastically well. Would you do me a favour, ladies and gentlemen? Show your appreciation.